Hello everyone. Today we will discuss the part 66 of the NEET quiz important questions, and today we will discuss the questions of the topic urethra. So first try to answer the questions by yourself. Female urethra is a passage for urine only, while the male urethra is a passage for both urine and the seminal fluid. What is the length of the male urethra? So it is about 18 to 20 centimeters. The length of the prostatic part of the male urethra is 3 centimeters. What is the length of the spongy part of the male urethra? So it is about 15 centimeters. What is the length of the female urethra? So it is about 4 centimeters. What is the length of the membranous part of the male urethra? So it is about 2 centimeters. Where is the minimum breadth of the male urethra? So it is at the external orifice. Where is the maximum breadth of the male urethra? So it is at prostatic part. Average breadth of the male urethra is about 6 mm. Which is the most wide and dilatable part of the male urethra? So it is the prostatic part. Posterior wall or the floor of the prostatic urethra exhibits which structures? So it exhibits prostatic sinus, urethral crest and the colliculus seminalis. Urethral crest is formed by insertion of the urethral muscles of the trigone. Colliculus seminalis presents opening of prostatic atrial, ejaculatory ducts and the prostatic glands. Which structure is the male analog of vagina? So it is the prostate atrial. What are the relations of the membranous urethra? So they are surrounded by the sphincter urethrae. On the either side, there exist bulbourethral glands and their ducts, and anteriorly there exists deep dorsal vein of penis. What is the diameter of the bulbar or the spongy urethra? So they are about 6 mm in diameter. Ducts of the bulbourethral gland opens into intrabulbar fossa of the bulbar urethra. Litters gland opens into spongy urethra except for the navicular fossa. Valve of urine are seen in lacuna magna in the spongy urethra. Male urethra is lined by which epithelium? Transitional epithelium, stratified squamous epithelium and the stratified columnar epithelium. Male urethra up to colliculus is lined by which epithelium? By the stratified columnar epithelium. Male urethra spongy part up to the terminal fossa is lined by which epithelium? So by the transitional epithelium. Terminal fossa of the male urethra is lined by which epithelium? By the stratified squamous epithelium. External urethral orifice of the male urethra is lined by which epithelium? By the stratified squamous epithelium. What is the arterial supply of urethra? So inferior vesical artery, middle rectal artery and the internal pudendal artery are the arterial supply of the urethra. What is the nerve supply of the urethra? L1, L2 sympathetic fibers, S2, S3, S4 parasympathetic fibers and the pudendal nerve are the nerve supply of the urethra. What is the size of the female urethra? So it is about 4 centimeters in length, 6 mm in width and it is embedded in the anterior wall of the vagina. Female urethra is lined with which epithelium? By the stratified squamous epithelium and the transitional epithelium. Which is the narrowest and the least dilatable part of the male urethra? So it is the membranous part. Which part of the urethral lumen is star shaped? So it is the membranous part. Which part of the urethral lumen is fusiform shaped? So it is the prostatic part. Which part of the urethral lumen is trapezoid shaped? So it is the spongy part. Urethral sphincters are derived from. So over here, the internal urethral sphincter is derived from the bladder musculature and they are involuntary in control, while the external urethral sphincter are derived from the sphincter urethrae and they are voluntary in control. Urethral sphincters are supplied by which nerve? Internal urethral sphincter is innervated by sympathetic nerve supply having the spinal segment as T11 to L2, while the external urethral sphincter is innervated by the pudendal nerve. Paraurethral glands are homologous to which gland? So paraurethral glands are homologous to the prostate gland. External urethral sphincter surrounds which part of the urethra? So it surrounds the membranous part of the urethra. External urethral sphincter is made up of sphincter urethrae. External urethral sphincter is supplied by which nerve? It is supplied by the S2, S3, S4 spinal segment. So today up till here, we'll discuss about the further important notes and questions or further important topics in our next video. Thank you so much.